All right, question of the day. How do you get into a streamer without representation, basically? And by representation, we mean a literary agent, a manager, or even an entertainment lawyer. Hi, I'm Shannan E. Johnson, CEO of The Professional Pen, where we develop screenwriters from idea to pitch. Need help on your screenplay? Go to www.theprofessionalpen.com. The short answer is that's the way that you get in, right? The reason that is because both sides of the line, your representation and the people they're connecting you to, have been vetted, right? If you can imagine, there are hundreds of millions of thousands of people who want to be able to get their screenplays or their films, etc., into the streamers, into the networks, into wherever. And if you can imagine, those executives have a lot of stuff to read and a lot of stuff to go through. So the reason that you need representation in order to be able to get a meeting, in order to be able to give your script, most places do not take unsolicited materials. Unsolicited means they didn't ask for it, don't send it, right? But the reason that is because it needs to be vetted so that people, A, don't waste their time, and B, you don't then come on the other end saying, well, I sent my screenplay there and now there's something similar to it on television or on the big screen, so you must have stolen my idea, right? And you can't imagine the amount of things that they read. And so just legally, it is best for you not to send unsolicited materials and to have a rep who sends it in for you. Now, what are the ways around that? Relationships. That's why this is a who you know kind of business. That's why it's a networking business. So it's really about being boots on the ground, getting out to these film festivals, getting out to any kind of networking events. This is why people say that it's best for you to live in Los Angeles. Back in the day, it was the only way that you were going to get in, is by moving here and living here. Now, after the Rona, there are a lot more opportunities that happen via Zoom than they used to. But if you can imagine, when you're in the space, then you are running into these kinds of people who work in this industry everywhere, because the entertainment industry is the industry of Los Angeles. So even people who are working in marketing and working in IT, etc., are 9 times out of 10 working at one of these studios, right? So getting relationships is another way to get in, because now you have a friend of a friend who can send your script over. They will probably have you to fill out some kind of release form, because again, they don't want to be sued after you send them your screenplay. But those are the best ways to get into the studios, streamers, networks, wherever you're trying to get. The other half of the question is, can you pay someone? And there are some companies out there who claim that if you give them money, they will get your script into a place. We consider that unethical here, because you should not have to pay someone to get into the place. That's what the reps are for, and the reps only get paid if you get paid, right? And again, they have been vetted. Whereas these companies can promise you the world, take your money and never send your screenplay. But even if they do send it, they can't promise that anyone will even read it, let alone buy it or make it. So that's one of the reasons why people talk about how hard it is to get into this industry, because having access has to come from a representative or come from a relationship that you have with someone. And really, even though it's hard and even though it sucks, especially for those of us who are on the outside, it's the best way to make sure that everybody is legally prepared to engage with each other. So I hope that makes sense. Happy writing! Get notes on your script that get you unstuck at www.theprofessionalpen.com.
The Professional Pen. The Professional Pen.